Welcome to the city council meeting for Tuesday, April 1st. You're all fired. I didn't know if you'd get that or not. I have got it multiple times today, so. Oh, well, they were calling me the April Fool. That, I was different. Oh, so it's April Fools. Oh. Citizens may address the council regarding any item of city business that is not on tonight's agenda. The duration for an individual speaking is limited to 3 minutes. Do we have anybody? Come on up to the, I hate to say pulpit, that's like church. Podium. State your name and address, please.
It is on. Thank you, sir. Ray Southworth, Billings, Montana, 1632 Alderson Avenue. Veteran, American Legion, post here, Laurel Post 123, graduate of Laurel. Played all the sports, 1972. And I just want to tell you how much I appreciate this. I don't have nothing bad to say. I just appreciate this city council and all that you do for my town. Even though I live in Billings, this town's right here. I told you this before, your July parade is simply the most wonderful thing I've ever seen. Welcomed me home. Nobody else did. The winter one, I like all the little kids come out, even they come out but they come out in the winter and it's unbelievable. You know, and we were freezing last year, but it is such an honor to do that for this town and to give back what they gave me, you know, is unreal. But I want to talk about this legislator from Laurel, Montana, Lee Deming. Richard and I have been up to that legislature twice now testifying on defend the guard bill. And I just want to tell you, you know, he was a teacher here. He taught history. And I believe Kurt was telling me the other day at a funeral that Lee was getting close to retirement. And he was in there, Kurt was in there talking. He was late, you know, and he said, but Lee was still in there. And he said, they're talking. Lee says, I don't know what I'm going to do. Kurt says, well, you could run for a legislator. Planted that seed, and by golly, he did, you know. And so I'll get into the bill, but I won't bore you. But I really would like you to know what Mr. Deming is up to. It is David and Goliath. The military complex is major funding from lobbyists and the people that make the guns and stuff and weapons. And so they don't like to see this bill. And this bill is, we can't get Congress to do its job. Only Congress in the Constitution can declare war. Only Congress. The last time we did that was World War II. Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, and there's other places. Just the names keep going on. Well, Lee's pushing to change that. But man, you are fighting, even the legislators, they don't want to hear that. They feel that that we're taken away from the government. But I think I went to a history class in Laurel, and I believe we're the government. And when you've had kids, my kid come back from Iraq, he didn't come back right. And he couldn't do a lot because it's in 2005, you know, it's 2 tours. And so when a father can't help his son, it's major. So when Lee brought all this stuff up, I jumped right in, you know, both feet. And I think I just want to educate, defend the guard is nothing more than the legislature leveraging the federal government. Do your job. You cannot use the National Guard unless you declare war. That's all it is. But what they do, the general, the general for the governor, and I'm not so sure the governor ain't against it because he'd have to make a decision. That would be a tough one to make, but there's so much power that they said, well, we'll take your helicopters away. We'll take your funding away. We'll move the National Guard out and give all their equipment to another state. Can't do it. Constitution. But they can persuade people, legislators, to think that they're going to do that. So we've been beat twice. Beat. But I'm getting tired of it, and I ain't going to quit. But I think I wanted to educate you on it. When you see that Defend the Guard bill, and you'll see my letters in the paper, the letters to the editor and stuff. That's what it's about. And we've got veterans against veterans. We got the American Legion in Helena thinking they're saving the jobs for the National Guard in Helena. Not about jobs. It's about lives. It's about the walking wounded that are in our towns. How many plates do you see as disabled veterans? They're all over. I mean, I've helped so many people here, Navy divers and different things. He can't even go to his two daughters in the auditorium to where they're doing a speech or singing or whatever. He can't be around people. My son drank to oblivion. They bring him home in shackles from the cop because he just stay at the bar and keep drinking. And, he just, but finally got him back. And we can finally get those others back by stopping these endless wars by the executive branch, saying the war powers of terrorism. So if we have terrorism, why don't we have a border? If we're worried about terrorism. What did we accomplish in Afghanistan? Iraq. What have we accomplished? We should be asking these questions. The general said, 1,400 people I sent over to Iraq and Afghanistan. He said, I only lost 2. So when I got up to talk, I said, well, you just seen them come home on the airplane. They gotta go home and try to live a normal life. Some people can't compartmentalize those feelings. They might beat their wives. They might so much anger. My son, I knocked on his door and put a 45 right between my eyes. And I said, Brett, what are you doing? And I was looking in his eyes, and his eyes is in combat mode. He didn't see me. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about. I ain't just talking about my son. I'm talking about a lot of families. Now, when we got to go, we got to go. But the militias, the National Guards and stuff, they're being used by the military because they don't have enough people. That should scare you. Because, the next thing that happens is we draft. Now, these people that go around in their lives with their cell phones and they're oblivious to the wars that are going on, that may affect you and your grandkids. And that's what I think we should be. We should question things. But I love you guys. I just wanted to educate you a little bit. And I appreciate you so much for all you do. Thank you.
Thank you. Only lost 2. That's too many. Were they his? I'm with you. Okay, let's move on to executive review. Finance. We have a resolution to submit regularly elected officers to the electorate and notifying the Yellowstone County election administrator of the city of Laurel desire to conduct the primary. Who wrote this? If held, and the general elections by mail-in ballot in accordance, oh, she's listening, isn't she? I'm sure at home, with Montana Code Annotated 13-19-202. Take it away.
So what this resolution is it's giving the city of Laurel the ability to do a mail-in ballot for our primary, and if we hold one, depending on how many people want to join you or take this, or for the election for the mayor, the 3 council members and the 4 council members, sorry, and the judge. So that's what this is to conduct the mail-in for that. If there are 3 or more, then we do have to hold a primary. If there are not, then we just go right to the general election. So that's what this resolution is doing.
Questions? Oh, okay. Public Works, we have a resolution of the city council to accept studies of the city's existing water and wastewater rate structures and recommendations for any necessary modifications to the existing rate structures prepared by Raftellus Financial Consultants, Inc. Do you have any questions on it? Matt's here to answer any. Councilmember Mize.
Well, it's the same study, right? We're just like approving the official format now, because this is the one we based our rate increase off of already.
Right. What this is it's closing out the contract with Raftellus.
Making sure.
Yeah, we had to do this so they can get their last check. So, any other questions? Any council issues? Under other items, we were gonna have the baseball sublease, but we're gonna do that in 2 weeks. There were questions that were brought up about it. Attendance at the upcoming. Yes, sir. Council Vice President.
There we go. Do I gotta start over? Okay, there's a park board, tree board meeting on Thursday evening, next at 5:30 in this chamber. And I was told by the mayor and Brittany that Heidi can put those 2 boards together. And then Michelle, our city attorney, will make the language correct to make that legitimate in the city statute. If I'm wrong, correct me. But anyway, we're going to have a meeting Thursday night. Thank you.
That's what CAO Markey Guard and Attorney Brockman said. You run the council. It's technically yours, and committees, you make recommendations for committee members. So basically, you write a little blurb to Michelle and say, we would like to combine. It's got, I guess it can't come from me. It's, you do the committees and appointments, so, okay? Any questions on that? Yes, ma'am.
There is an article in the Outlook that I wanted to call attention to. Our own Mr. Wilkie has been honored for 25 years with volunteering for hunter education with Fish, Wildlife, and Park. So.
You got more patience than I do, especially with guns. Them little guys. Yes, sir.
Thank you. On that note, the registration orientation next Monday starts at 6:30 at the high school on the math wing, which is the west double doors. And then the classes will start on the 21st through the 25th with a field course on the 26th. They were told about that field course during the course of the week. And I think right now we're at 24 of 30. So if you're listening out there, get her signed up quickly. Thank you.
Anything else? Councilmember Closey.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Tomorrow at noon at the Yellowstone National Cemetery, there'll be an unattended service for a couple of veterans that were interned up there without military honors, and so we will be providing that for them tomorrow.
Okay. I do want to apologize for not being able to make Mark Mesa's funeral. I had some things come up personal with the family. I heard it was a good funeral and gonna miss him. He was a good man, so. And you had an event, didn't you, down at the, how'd that go?
Great.
Everybody liking that new VFW? American Legion? They're all drunks. Okay, yep. All right. And we did attendance, right? Everybody's coming? The other two are at a band, child band concert, so. Any other announcements? If not, we are dismissed.